Could this guy be trying to catch us in the act? If this fat man hadn't been the scapegoat. Otherwise, I would be lying on the ground now. Thinking of this, Shen Yuan directly went up and held Chen Na's hand and said, "Ignore them. Let's get out of here first." On the way, Chen Na chatted with Shen Yuan. She said that she had only been with Zihaiji for half a month. I only knew his bad character after that meal. Fortunately, I broke up with him that night. The beaten Zhang Shanyong is my boss. Now he was beaten for no reason. He might target me in the future. Hearing this, Shen Yuan advised her, such a boss is not worth working for. Why don't you just change your job? But Chen Na said it's not easy to find a job now, and starting over in another store. All the clients I've accumulated over the years are looking out the window with a helpless expression. Actually, I'm tired of sales. I also want to change industries, such as opening a small coffee shop. I'll open more if I'm in a good mood, and close when I'm in a bad mood. How wonderful it would be. But a coffee shop costs 300,000 to 400,000 yuan. I don't know when I can save enough money. Hearing this, Shen Yuan directly said that if you want to open a cafe, it's okay if you don't have enough money. What if someone is willing to invest? At this moment, he was thinking, except for the 700,000 from Li Yuhang, there is just 30,000 yuan for investment. Hearing this, Chen Na didn't take it seriously. She just patted Shen Yuan and said with a smile that she would quit her job and then go to work for him without any hesitation. But what he didn't expect was Shen Yuan directly told him, "Then you can quit your job tomorrow. I will invest 300,000 yuan and you can work a cafe." Hearing this, Chen Na was completely stunned. She turned to look at Shen Yuan with a look of disbelief. On the other hand, he saw that Chen Na had a 64 favorability. He smiled slightly. He thought he was a little worried that he couldn't gain her favor along the way. Now a new cash cow is coming. Chen Na looked at him. "Are you kidding me?" Shen Yuan said he was serious. "Why don't you want to work for me? After the coffee shop opens, I'll pay you 12,000 yuan a month, plus dividends. If you work for 3 months, I'll give you a 200,000 car. Your car is a bit old. It's time to replace it." Hearing this, Chen Na stared at Chen Yuan with wide eyes, thinking that, according to what he said, not only there is no performance pressure, I'll get a car after working for 3 months, making my annual income over 300,000. Could Shen Yuan be planning to support me? Thinking of this, Chen Na directly said, "You don't deserve to do this for me. Although this condition sounds very tempting, but I don't want to be a caged canary for others, especially as a third party." Hearing what Chen Na said, Shen Yuan just smiled, and then said, "Don't think too much. I just plan to open a chain of coffee shops, and the first store will be operated as a pilot project. So you and I are purely boss and employee." Seeing what Shen Yuan said, Chen Na hesitated for a moment and then said, "You let me think about it." Meanwhile, Shen Yuan's phone suddenly received a message from Fang Minhui. "Shen Yuan, do you have time tonight? If you have time, let's go have some cold drinks together." Hearing the words, "drink cold drinks," a cold sweat broke out on Shen Yuan's face. Is Huimin's demand so strong? After telling Chen Na, Shen Yuan went to room 808 in the Grand Hotel. As soon as he entered the room, Fang Minhui hugged him from behind. "I miss you." Before Shen Yuan could respond, he suddenly became cold and said, "Shen Yuan, you have the scent of another woman on you. Did you go behind my back to find other women?" Seeing this, Shen Yuan quickly hugged her and said, "Today, I went to the 4S store to handle the car's procedures. I might have picked up some perfume from other girls. You know that? The female sales in the 4S shop all wear strong perfume." Hearing Shen Yuan's explanation, Fang Minhui felt better. "Okay, but if you go to see other girls next time, you should tell me in advance. Also, you should keep some distance from that saleswoman." After making the promise, Shen Yuan thought, it's not a question of being fickle or not. Confucius' father's task is to spend more on the opposite sex. I earn money through rebates. I definitely can't be tied to one tree. Then Fang Minhui turned around and said, "I'm going to take a shower first." But the next second, Shen Yuan grabbed her and whispered in her ear, "Don't take a shower. I like the smell on you." Time passed. 2 hours later. At this time, Shen Yuan was so weak that he had to hold the wall. Hu Ai's needs are much greater than Zhou Wangting's. He was satisfied, but I'm going to be drained. Looking at the number on his head, Shen Yuan didn't understand. This kind of exercise, why does it increase Hu Wei's favorability? Increase so much. It rose to 86 overnight and today, it reached 90. At this moment, 2 times, the system suddenly sent a prompt. It detects that the host, you have an opposite sex with a favorability above 90, achieving the stage favorability task, and rewards will be issued. A 1 million lottery ticket, a million consumption vouchers, a ruthless ability. Hearing the reward was a million lottery ticket, Shen Yuan was secretly happy. He thought that he had more money now. The source of money is easier to explain, and it can be used to pay off the family's debts. As for the ruthless ability, I didn't expect such a reward. Then I can kill all over the world in the future. Sorry, Manhwa will also be great. It won't be you who controls me in the future, but I will control you. Thinking of this, Shen Yuan directly used the ability card. The next second, a golden light burst out from below. Seeing this, Shen Yuan couldn't help exclaiming, "Awesome." I can clearly feel there was a huge amount of energy between his legs. The reward for reaching 90 in the opposite sexes. It seems that Tongzi's father is giving rewards targeted. He gives what you need. But 90 points of opposite sex favorability is although not easy. Li Zhao's favorability has passed 60, but it's hard to develop into Hu Wei. Chen Na, with black silk, long legs, but it's also a long way to go. 60. I really don't know. The next girl with a favorability rating over 90 will appear. What kind of rewards will be given then? Forget it. Let's not think about that. Let's quickly experience the ability given by Tongzu's dad. Is the most important. At this time, Fang Minwei saw Shen Yuan. She asked him what happened. Shen Yuan, didn't you go to take a shower? But Shen Yuan directly grabbed her hand, saying, I changed my mind. Meanwhile, on the other side, Chen Na was on the phone saying, a boy offered 300,000 yuan to help me said open he would give me a 200,000 car after 3 months. Do you think this boy wants to keep me? Hearing this, Chang Chang worriedly asked him, could you have met a fraudster? No. I've met him several times. He bought a car from me with his girlfriend last time. And he is 5 or 6 years younger than me. Chen Chen was a little surprised after hearing that. The people who buy your cars are all old men. But what about his young age? It's said that a woman, 3 years older, he is rounding up wealth. He's equivalent to holding 2 gold bricks. Girlfriend is not a married wife. Nana, are you stupid? Even if he has a wife, it doesn't matter. Besides, in the current situation, you can totally snatch him away. Since you are so hesitant, just give me your to me. I'll take it for you. Hearing this, Chen Na was surprised and said, don't you have a boyfriend? But Chen Chen said what's wrong with her boyfriend? If there is a sugar daddy who wants to support me, I'll be single in minutes. I'm not kidding you. My boyfriend is back. After hanging up the phone, Chen Na looked out the window, but her mind was full of Shen Yuan's image. Fang Mingwei said, with sweat on her head, how you are Shen different Yuan from just now. Hearing this, Shen Yuan asked him what was different. Then Fang Minwei covered her face and said shyly, at this moment, she had experienced it twice in just over 40 minutes, which was amazing. But before Fang Minwei could recover, Shen Yuan leaned over and said he liked her. Let's do it again. Hearing his words, Fang Minwei sat up in shock. Shen Yuan, can you still do it? Then Shen Yuan said, I remember you learned dancing. How about you take the lead this time? Hearing Shen Yuan ask her to be on top, her face turned red. She said she couldn't. But Shen Yuan directly hugged Fang Minwei, if you don't know, and said, aren't we all in the process of practical experience? To accumulate experience. Just after Fang Minwei called him a bad guy, she transformed into a beautiful rider and entered the battlefield again. The next day, Fang Minwei returned to school. Shen Yuan was lying in bed, thinking he could sleep in since there was no class in the morning. But the next second, he suddenly remembered he still had the lottery ticket of Tongzi Dari. I quickly checked. The first 6 red numbers were correct, and the last blue number was also correct. It's alright. Wow. 6.8 million. This is a 6 million yuan jackpot. this good news. I must let Lao Shen and my mom know as soon as possible. Since the family went bankrupt, they have lived a hard life for too long. In a flash, Shen Yuan has already returned home. Hearing this, his aunt scolded him, saying, "Don't yell and disturb others." But Shen Yuan looked at the room and asking where Shen was, and asked him to come out. I have something important to tell him. After Lao Shen came back, he was pulled by Shen Yuan. Seeing this, he was a little worried and asked what was important. Wait for me to come back. Did you get into trouble again? Hearing this, Shen Yuan smiled and said, "What are you thinking? I have good news to tell you. Come on, sit down first. We're rich. I won 6 million. After saying that, but their eyes on Shen Yuan were even more worried. Son, have you been under too much pressure at school? Just study hard, son. I'll take care of the family's debts. Don't worry too much. Don't think too much." Seeing that they didn't believe, Shen Yuan directly took out his phone and said, "Look carefully before you say anything." After careful examination, Lao Shen suddenly exclaimed, "Wife, this kid really won 6.8 million. Even if 20% of income tax is deducted, he can still get over 5 million yuan with this money. Not only can we pay off those debts, but also greatly improve the family's life." Hearing Shen Yuan's words, Shen's mother happily said, "Our family's credit book. We will write down a good note for you this time. We won't cook lunch today. Let's go out for a meal to celebrate our family winning the lottery." Then Shen Yuan scratched his head and said, "I'm a junior now, and I will graduate in a year. I want to do some business outside, to exercise." Hearing Shen Yuan's idea, Lao Shen said that business is not easy now, but he thought it was a good idea. Young people need to take risks. The prize is also won by you. It's better for you to spend it yourself. It's just my personal suggestion. We will keep a part of the money for you. Even if you lose money later, we can also help you. Seeing their parents' support, Shen Yuan said to his parents, "I only take 1 million. The rest, you can use it. You can do whatever you want." Hearing this, both of them said, "Yes, son, you can do it. We support you." Meanwhile, Zhang Shangyang pointed to his face and said, "You should know why I called you up. Take a good look. This is the masterpiece of your man." But Chen Na said, "I have broken up with him and have nothing to do with me. You should find him if you're hurt." Hearing this, Zhang Shenyang smiled and said, "Is wrong. Brain has a head, and if it weren't for you, would I be beaten for no reason?" At this time, he had already made up his mind to use this as a threat to get Chen Na. Seeing that Zhang Shanyong was unreasonable, directly scolded him. "What does it have to do with me? Besides, when you sat down yesterday, I said I had an appointment, but you insisted on sitting here." But after hearing what Chen Na said, Zhang Shanyang looked at her with a cold face. "You left your post yesterday afternoon, causing customers in the exhibition hall to be unattended. Now I punish you to stop customer reception this month, and come to me when you figure it out." Hearing this, Chen Na directly questioned him why. "I took a leave yesterday." Seeing Chen Na asking why, Zhang Shanyang laughed directly. "Don't you know it's your first day in the society? Just because I'm the general manager of this store, I have the final say in everything in this store." Seeing Chen Na's appearance, Zhang Xianyong thought, if he stops receiving guests, it's like stopping his commission. If he only gets the base salary, only 1,200 yuan, that's not enough to pay the rent. But what he never expected was that Chen Na directly planned to turn around and leave as a broken general manager. "You're really getting carried away. Isn't it just a crappy job? I'll just quit if it's a big deal." Seeing that Chen Na was serious, Zhang Shanyong immediately said nervously, "Don't go. Chen Na, I advise you to think it over." However, Chen Na thought that Shen Yuan looked young, but he was different from ordinary people. He was very calm. Not to mention what Shen Yuan wanted to do. Just working for him was a way out. Thinking of this, Chen Na directly said, "She just said she wouldn't do it." Half an hour later, Chen Na had completed the resignation procedures. Then she sent a message to Shen Yuan saying, "I have resigned. Do what you said yesterday still count? Congratulations on getting out of choosing the sunny path. You can go and check the store when you're free. If there is a suitable one, we will buy it. At this time, Shen Yuan was secretly happy when he saw the message. It seems that the remaining 300,000 yuan don't need to find other projects. Soon, Shen Yuan pushed open the door of the teacher's office and said, "I'm here." Li Xiaozheng was carrying things and said to Shen Yuan, I'm sorry to trouble you. I'm moving the office, but there are too many things to move. I wanted to ask the monitor, but he has something to do and asked just some books and materials. I can handle it myself. But this table and file cabinet are too heavy. Take down the books on the file cabinet first. Otherwise, they might fall down when moving. Seeing that Li Xiao couldn't reach it, walked over and said, I'll help Teacher you. Li Xiao suddenly felt there seemed to be something behind him touching him. Instantly, her entire face turned and his heart was pounding. At this moment, Li Xiao is closer than that time. Could Shen Yuan really have feelings for me? Li Xiao asked Shen Yuan with a slightly red face. Just as Shen Yuan got the thing and said it was okay. Suddenly, the door was pushed open by two students. We're here to help. But as soon as they entered the room, they were confused. Li Xiao thought why the counselor's face was so red. Seeing this, Shen Yuan told them to come and move things. You first move this file cabinet to the next office. At this time, Li Xiao thought, fortunately, these two students were otherwise they would see it. It would be really embarrassing. Shen Yuan became more and more courageous. It was okay at home. He even dares to do it in the office. But just now, he felt a little excited. What the hell? It's impossible. Shen Yuan is my student. It's impossible. Just as Li Xiao's heart was beating fast, Shen Yuan suddenly found out how his favorability rating rose to 71. Could that have increased his favorability just now? Actually, it's not my problem. It's not my problem. But the counselor's girl can't too big. But I didn't expect the counselor's favorability to increase. I can come here more often to build a relationship. To cultivate our relationship. Time flies. On Saturday, 800 meters away from the south gate, two girls were saying with envy, Zhang Peng, I heard you bought that car for 280,000. You already drive a BBA before graduation. This has surpassed more than 99.99% of our classmates. Seeing the admiration of the two girls, Li Zhangpeng was already full of confidence. He thought that Fangmin would pretend to refuse me. With my conditions, there are many girls who would like to date me. But when he looked at the next table, his eyes suddenly widened. Wow. This lady is so beautiful. Her legs are so long. It's not too much to say 10 years of life. I don't know who can have such a beauty. Meanwhile, two girls suddenly shouted, Look, this car is driverless. It's so advanced. What kind of car is it? Li Zhangpeng told them that it's the Yao Lingshan N9. But when they saw the owner, the two girls said in unison, Isn't that Shen Yuan? Li Zhangpeng couldn't figure out either. How could he drive this car? Isn't his family bankrupt? When they got on, Chen Na quickly called Shen Yuan here. Li Zhangpeng knew the pretty lady was waiting for Shen Yuan. After handing him a drink, Chen Na told Shen Yuan that the boss just sent me a message. She'll be here soon. How's the car? Yes. It's At this moment, the girl on Li Zhangpeng's side whispered to him. Shen Yuan and his friends seemed to be in trouble. But how could Li Zhangpeng not see that something was wrong? At this moment, he was already cursing in his heart. He just broke up with his senior. And now he's hooking up with a beauty outside the school. After sitting for a while, a voice sounded, Hello. Miss Chen just picked up her child. And it took a while. This person is the owner of the coffee shop, Lin Yuchang. Mr. Shen looks very young. Let me get straight to the point. My business is just so-so. But it's near the school. And the customer flow is good. Mainly. I have a lot of things to do now. And I'm too busy with my child, so I have to transfer the store. The transfer price is 300,000. Hearing this, Shen Yuan thought that although he had 300,000 yuan, but after the transfer fee, I need to keep 50,000 as the initial capital for the store and Chen Na's first month's salary. Then he directly said, I won't haggle with you. The price is 250,000. In fact, Shen Yuan's was lower than Lin Yuchang's real expectation of 270,000. But he knew very well, if he doesn't transfer this time, he might not be so straightforward. Thinking of this, Lin Yuchang asked Shen Yuan, Can we sign the agreement and transfer the fee today? Of course. I'll transfer 250,000 to you. Seeing Shen Yuan so straightforward, directly called the waiter over and said, "This Mr. Shen will be your new boss from now on. You can show him around later." "Hello, boss." Seeing this, Shen Yuan said, "You just need to show Miss Chen Na around. I don't come to the store often, and he will be responsible for all the affairs in the store." This part, the conversation stunned the two girls from Li Zhangpeng. "Did you hear that? This is too outrageous." In just a few minutes, a 250,000 business was settled, and Shen Yuan bought this store. It's obvious that he did it for the beauty next to him. On the other hand, is now so angry that he wants to grind his teeth. At this moment, Lin Yuchang's phone suddenly rang. "Mr. Wu, Miss Chen, sorry, I'm going out to answer a call." After leaving, Chen Na told Shen Yuan that seems to be Zhang Shenyang's wife, who fought with Zi Haiji in Platinum Center, and also the owner of the 4S store. Hearing this, Shen Yuan was stunned at first. With such a beautiful wife at home, and wanted to use his power to seduce female employees. It's too despicable. And I, Shen Yuan, would not agree. I still have the chat records of Zheng Shanyang harassing and threatening me. I want to expose him after getting my salary, and let the people in the car circle see his true face. Shen Yuan, should I tell Lin? Ms. Lin is a nice person. I'm afraid of hurting her. But Shen Yuan said that he didn't think it was appropriate. Once the chat records are sent out, Zhang Xianyang will know who did it. A middle-aged man in his 40s, without a job, but he still has a wife and children to support. I'm afraid he will do something harmful to you. Well, let me handle this matter. I promise I can make him stumble, without affecting. Seeing him so warm, Chen Na happily said to Shen Yuan. Shen Yuan told him, "I just transferred 250,000 yuan and 5,000 for you. 24,000 yuan is your salary for the past 2 months. And the rest as the startup capital for the store." Meanwhile, the system also sent a message. It monitored that the host has used all 1 million investment exclusive funds and completed the initial investment task. The investment level has been promoted from a novice to a junior investor. The continuous task is started. A perfect life should have more abundant industries. The host will receive 10 million investment exclusive funds to continue to expand the investment. Reward 1. The income from the investment will get a triple rebate. Reward 2. After the investment, you will receive a mysterious industry. Looking at this series of information, Chen Yuan didn't expect Tang Zai to give him a surprise, which is directly 10 times more. The exclusive investment fund can be used for 1 million, and an additional mysterious industry. I'm now curious about what it is. Then, after Lin Yuchang finished the call, he walked over and said, "Mr. The money has been received. Happy cooperation. I'll go back first. See you next time." When shaking hands, Shen Yuan found that his hand was soft and not lacking in flesh. Is this the charm of a wife? Then he said expectantly, "Okay, we will see each other again." Shen Yuan has brought Chen Na to the Japanese restaurant. The reason is that today is a good day to celebrate our pleasant cooperation. At this moment, Shen Yuan looked at Chen Na. He thought she was really hard to deal with. Any normal man would be unable to resist. Then he gathered his courage and said, "Why don't you sit next to me?" And even put his arm around her waist and asked her to come closer. At this moment, Shen Yuan spent 300,000 yuan on the cafe, and he has to pay 12,000 yuan per month. It's time to collect some interest. On the other hand, was also very clear in her heart. There is no love or effort for no reason in the world. Does he want to make money from the cafe? Lin Youchang himself said, "It's good enough to keep the balance. And I can only give him this." Seeing Shen Yuan's hand coming towards her, Chen Na quickly said the waiter was coming in. Shen Yuan. But Shen Yuan not only did, but instead, he used both hands, which made Chen Na can't help but let out a moan. At this moment, the waiter said outside that Mr. Shen was ready to serve. Seeing this, Shen Yuan also withdrew his hands after serving. First. He also helped Chen and A try the dish. This is their signature dish. Seeing his gentle appearance, Chen Na thought Shen Yuan was actually quite handsome. The only drawback is that he is a bit of a playboy. He already had such a beautiful girl by his side, but he still messes around outside. It's a pity that she was on his pirate ship now. It's useless to think about it. Time passed quickly. 40 minutes later, they came to the bar to pay the bill. Mr. Shen, the total is 2,652. Scan the code here. Hearing this, Shen Yuan thought that, although he spent 2,652, but the system has a 3 times rebate, which means he earned 5,304. Making money is so easy. On the contrary, she felt that this meal is a commission for selling a car. The life of the rich, spending 2,000 yuan, is the same as spending 20. Chen Na told I want to go back to the cafe to learn about the situation. I'm going to work there tomorrow. I want to get familiar with it as soon as possible. But Shen Yuan told her it was already 8:30. Xiaoqiu will get off work. If you disturb her off duty, she will hate you. She should go home and get enough sleep before going tomorrow. Hearing what Shen Yuan said, Chen Na had to say, then I'll trouble you again. Take me home. When they reached downstairs, Chen Na politely said to Shen Yuan that you've worked hard today. I'll submit my work report to you after work tomorrow. Then goodbye. Before he left, Chen Yuan said with a smile, I'm a little thirsty. Is it okay to go upstairs and drink some water? Hearing this, Chen Na blushed immediately. She thought whether the progress was too fast. What happened in the private room just now was my limit. Then she stammered, I'm not convenient. Hearing this, Shen Yuan was puzzled and asked other men? Chen. Hearing what Shen Yuan said, Chen Na immediately shouted, I have broken up with Zi Haiji. Are you really just going to drink water and leave? Seeing that Chen Na was Shen Yuan said with a smile, of course. But if you want me to stay here overnight, that's fine. But after entering the room, Shen Yuan hugged her from behind. Seeing this, Chen Na asked with a slightly blushing face. Didn't you say you just wanted to drink some water? It's true that I'm drinking water. But it's not the water you think. Then he bit her directly. Meanwhile, Zi Haiji had already driven to Chen Na's downstairs. He thought that Chen Na resigned because of him. He must first get her forgiveness. Even if it's just being ordinary friends, then he will find a way to pursue Nana again. He looked up. Zi Haiji found that Nana's light must not be at home. Put the flowers at the door. This rose means I love you forever. Since he is so smart, he must be able to tell that I sent it. But when Zi Haiji reached Chen Nai's door, he suddenly heard a cry inside. At this moment, he was completely shocked. This is Nai Nai's voice. She said it had nothing to do with Zhao Yang. They were already involved. Thinking of this, Zi Haiji smashed the door and shouted, come out. Zheng Xianyong. At this time, Shen Yuan in the room recognized that this idiot has broken up and still meddles. What's wrong with him? Then he took Chen Na directly into the inner room. After a while, Zi Haiji knelt at the door with a hopeless look on his face. It seems that Nana has been completely eaten up. I have no chance at all. Nah. You must remember to ask him to bring an umbrella. An hour has passed in a flash. Since Shen Yuan had the boy, the ruthless joy given, his abilities and energy are endless, and he couldn't stop. And he didn't expect that the seemingly outgoing Chen Na is actually very conservative, which made him more interested. In the blink of an eye, it was the next day. At this moment, Shen Yuan, who just found a very good smell. It was the smell of toast and fried eggs. Looking at Chen Na's back while cooking, Shen Yuan suddenly felt a little touched. This woman is so considerate. It was completely different from the feeling in the hotel. This can only happen at home, which is not felt in the hotel. Meanwhile, the system suddenly sent a prompt. A perfect life should have its own property to create better living conditions for himself and women. Time-limited task. Within 24 hours, buy a property of no less than 100 square meters for Chen. The reward for the first task is the property payment. You can get double cash back. Reward 2. After purchasing, the host will receive a mysterious property. Note, task reward 1 can be stacked with basic favorability rebate. Damn, the idea flashed through my mind. I'll directly arrange Tong Zaidai. With Tong Zaidai's generosity, this house will definitely not be shabby. Maybe the mysterious property is a big villa. I can hold a pool party from time to time. It seems that I need to develop more high-quality women. The probability of such surprises will be greatly increased. At this time, Chen Na
She
saw
smiled
Shen Yuan
and
wake
asked
up.
why he got up so early.
Breakfast will be ready in 2 minutes. Then Shen Yuan looked at her with a playful expression. Did he mean there was only breakfast this morning? However, what he was thinking
If
at this
Chen Na
moment
reaches
was,
90% favorability,
what prize can she get? Thinking of this, Shen Yuan hugged her from behind. Seeing this, Chen Na was a little scared. She hurriedly said that you had so many times
Aren't you
night.
enough?
Besides, it's too embarrassing in broad daylight. But Shen Yuan said, you make your breakfast. I'll eat my breakfast. We won't disturb each other. You'll be busy in the morning, if nothing else. Let's go buy a house, and I'll give it to you.